first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Henderson running straight ahead. And just shedding him off there. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 18 on that one, and the Cardinals have a first down. They run once more with Henderson. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
You look at this Bears defense.
This unit, they're hoping to improve against the pass because right now, Charles, number 27 in the NFL.
They're in the bottom 10 in the league. I mean, when you look at their talent, you would think that they'd be much better. Overall, I don't think there's any question you'd have to say that they've underachieved.
Well, how about the challenge we're seeing here in this game early? Man coverage against some fleet receivers. That time, the defense won.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Sanders. Oh, a contested ball here, and it's going to be caught. Yeah, they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Up the middle, here's Henderson.
And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. Touchdown!
Marvin Harrison Jr.
His 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Cardinals will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Well, they said that they wanted to get him involved early, and what a way to cap their opening drive, Charles. We know he's one of the fastest receivers in the NFL, and he showcased it on that play.
And when you have a guy like that, you want to make sure the defense sees him early, right? You want to see how they're going to adjust, how they're going to try and guard him, because they can't replicate his speed in practice unless they've got one of the few guys who are as fast as he is. And all it took was one drive. He burned them, and I don't think it's the last time they call his number in this one.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
They'll start on the ground with Benson.
And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
To the air, Williams. He'll find McMillan here.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
They'll go play action here with Williams.
Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
And his throw here is incomplete.
You look at this Arizona defense.
They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
And this group talks all the time about wanting to be better, getting stronger against the run. And to me, it all starts up front. You've got to win the line of scrimmage in order to play against the run very well.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Open man here is Benson.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And the Cards are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents. Some of the big boppers in the game traditionally have been safeties, and he certainly fits that mold. He lets his pads do his talking.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Off play action. Sanders trying to lay one up deep. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Haven't met a corner that's worth his salt yet that ever admits to worrying about man coverage. How about the play there, breaking that pass up?
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Sanders.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A big gain of 31 on 3rd down.
Now that one hurts defensively. They force them into 3rd and long, had the advantage, yet they give up the big play right there.
Yeah, their offense was already warming up on the sideline, ready to come out. So much for that 3-and-out. Henderson now on 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
Looking to throw. Sanders.
That one caught by Rice.
And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
First catch here by St. Brown. Good for a 1st down.
Had the offense humming on the first drive. Not much has changed here on drive number 2.
No, and I think a lot of times confidence just really kicks in for a team. They may have been confident going into the game, but once you prove it on a drive, it's hard to get out of that mindset, isn't it? And look, let's face it, we can always lock in on the skill position, guys. Those big fellas up front, they're really making this offense go early in the game.
Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10.
Now a handoff up the middle. Bridges. And a short gain down to about the 33.
The big man, Nnamdi Madubuike, there on the tackle.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
To throw is Sanders. Off the play fake. And, oh, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. He had the touchdown on the opening drive. Now he's got a first down. Up the middle they go. Bridges. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, and defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
On 3rd down, Bridges. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
A great job there by this defense. They give up the long drive, but in the end, it looks like they'll force a field goal attempt.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost.
So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10.
Looking to throw is Williams.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Benson. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
On 2nd down, a run with Benson.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
From the gun, here's Williams.
He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline.
Oh, and that is incomplete. The Bears at 1-3 here in the early part of the year. They come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
On 2nd and 10, it's Williams again. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Basically, you're not going to outwork 2 guys very often.
Double coverage. I thought he was going to go somewhere else for the football. I get it. That's a stud wide receiver. You want to try to get him the football.
Yeah, sometimes you rely on him a bit too much. You forget the other options that are out there.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force the incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Sanders now to throw on third down.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
Touchdown, Cardinals.
Marvin Harrison Jr.
with his second touchdown here in this first half.
And the Cardinals are able to stretch out their lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes our score 17-0. The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go.
Hilliard now from his end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Williams now looking to throw on 1st and 10. And that's going to be incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
Sliding out of the pocket. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the 1st down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Here's 3rd and 6. To throw, Williams. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have the Bears 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And a nice job by the two of them to not only connect on the pitch and the catch, but to carry over their practice work to the game field. They saw the adjustment by the defense, made an adjustment themselves, and picked up the 1st down.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
On play action, here's Williams.
The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They're not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
On 3rd and long, here's Williams.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And this is going to be intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick.
And the Cards are going to have it here just past the 25. Well, they tried to take their shot right there, but the ball hung up a little too long, and it's intercepted.
And when you describe trying to take their shot right there, usually the ball has to be thrown out a little bit more of a line. You just mentioned it. The ball hung up there. The reaction time of the defenders, they win the day and intercept it.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Here's Sanders throwing to start the drive. And this will be incomplete.
Just nowhere to go with the football. He was forced to put that one into Lake Michigan. I think his receivers have to do a better job of working free because he didn't have anywhere to go at all on that play.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Dancing to his left. That's taken in by Henderson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Sanders. Well, that'll be caught. It's St. Brown. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
They'll look to throw again. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. A big play there. 43 yards.
And the Cardinals are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
Extra point right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, they'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
I really like the angles that the tacklers came from on that play. They secured inside, took away the cutback. The sideline's there, so he can only go so far outside, and they were able to close in and tackle him for a loss.
Yeah, they used in trouble, and he's taken down. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
Here's Williams.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble.
Here comes the Bears punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So a change of possession here on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime.
Let's go. 70 Lions. 17. Keep it up. Dragon 60. 17. 17. Get it. Get it. Get it. 17's Mike 17. Stay with your man.
Now Sanders. A final shot before break. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And this is caught inside the 5. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And the route is on here in this first half. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this second half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them.
Now they'll change things around before the snap. first down. Here's Williams.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Benson. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up second down.
They'll fake the give. Now Williams.
They'll roll him out. Williams loses the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
To the air once more. Williams. That's complete. Roma Dunze.
And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for fourth down.
Now, that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the first down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
They'll go. Here's Williams.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And this defense will take over right at midfield. Now a handoff. Henderson. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Sanders, off play action.
He'll get that complete to Harrison.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field.
The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Looking to throw. Sanders.
He'll get it inside the 20.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be second down. Operating from the gun, Sanders, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
I like the call. It looked like the right time to dial up a running back screen. But this one got disrupted right from the start and ends up falling incomplete.
And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further.
I got to think at this point, third quarter, if you're able to hold on to the ball and get 3 at the end, that's all you're looking for.
I would agree with that because right now, this is a job well done by them. In fact, it's almost time for handshakes, a little dap on the sidelines, maybe even start to discuss post-game plans. And for the guys who haven't played yet, go ahead and get loose. Your time is now.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
The drive will begin with a run by Benson.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Off the play fake, it's Williams. Got his man, it's Thornton.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Throwing is Williams.
Being chased out left. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break contain and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here.
Throwing again here, Williams. And now another one thrown incomplete.
And you can tell just by looking at them that this offense is a frustrated unit. Things are really unraveling here, and as a head coach, time to earn your paycheck. You've got to find a way to keep it together as that brings up another 4th down.
On 4th down, here's Williams. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And right about now, you start to think, and maybe they're starting to think, gosh, maybe points aren't going to happen for us in this game.
Well, it's a thought that is worth having because so far in this game, this defense has not just had the upper hand. They've appeared to be a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps, to everything they've done. They've had an answer for everything this offense has thrown at them.
Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down.
Impressive individual effort there. No one was going to stop him around the edge.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And that's why if you play in a 4-3 base and you're a defensive end, that's why you get the big bucks. They count on you to do everything.
And this will be caught at the 30. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Everything's been going right here in this one. This offense, they've been in complete control from the outset. And here's another big play. These kind of routes have been open all game long, and they continue to take advantage.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
And he spots Henderson open left side. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. All told, it's a loss of 8 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Back to throw again. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted.
Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. And the Bears are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
On 1st down, it's Benson. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works. That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
Play action. Now Williams.
Looking, and now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back.
You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
He lets it go deep for Mayer.
He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A great effort there. With his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year.
And the Cards look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go.
And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. To throw, it's Williams. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Benson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 47. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. Here's 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, here's Williams. Rolling to his right. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. Off the play fake. Williams. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Williams going to look to throw again. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Bears are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. Extra point splits the uprights as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. You just kind of feel for the defense right now. This deficit, they have not been able to stop them the entire game, Charles. And some hands on hips, some long faces out there on the defensive side. They're like, oh, my gosh, we got to face these guys again here.
Yeah, people don't understand how hard it is when you're on the side that's being dominated to keep your head up and continue to play hard. And that's what they're going through right now, trying to find that pride inside of them to allow them to continue to fight, even though they are down huge in this game.
And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. A huge play there for Arizona. 47 yards.
And even with the game seemingly in hand, they're continuing to fire away, pressing the ball down the field. Listen, it's worked all day. No reason to go away from it now.
To throw is Sanders. Throwing on 1st down. He lets it go deep for Mayer. And that is caught. Boy, how about that one? He reeled it in one-handed for a touchdown. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all three phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we haven't been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Not liking the look. They'll change the play.
Oh, jumping early from his tight end spot. Maybe trying to get a jump start on that route.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right about that. And oftentimes when you see that, that means the play call was supposed to come in his direction, and he was eager to go catch a pass.
Back to throw. Williams. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense will very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Off play action. Sanders. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
But their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
And this is going to be intercepted.
And the Bears are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Well, they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. 2nd and 9 now from the 21. Looking to throw. Williams. Throw left side complete. That's Benson. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Off the play fake. Williams. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35.
Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5. To throw once more. Here's Williams. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. As they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Benson. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Cardinals will now take over with excellent field position. That one looks like he'll throw here. Launches deep. A jump ball, and this is caught. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 25 yards that time. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Well, when they said before the game that they were going to try and execute every second of this contest, I guess that was taken literally, because here they are in the final moments of the fourth, putting another touchdown on the board, Charles, to add to this big lead.
I'm not a big believer in 110%, but it certainly applies here, doesn't it? Because some guys just can't go with less. As long as there's time left on the clock, they're pushing to get to the end zone one more time. They don't really care about what the optics show. They just want to finish the game off the way that they like to play it. Full speed, all out.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence.
Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now, but as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last and make it a successful one in some small way.
2nd and 9 from the 44.
Off play action. Pearson. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it's caught on the deflection. And this is going to be a touchdown.
Well, partner, I mean, if anybody was still questioning whether or not he had an NFL caliber arm, I think you can toss that right out the window. That was a heck of a throw right there.
I would agree totally. Question it no more. This rookie, big-time throw right there. Great poise, stepped up, trusted he could lay it in there perfectly, and he knew that his guy was going to make the catch on the other end. Nice collaboration.
Point after, right down the middle, as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Well, they came into this one with a vision, Charles, and it has played out exactly as they had hoped, if not even better. They've got the huge lead here, and now the football. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Bears come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only... As this